So when we last left off, the party had just defeated the undead forces marching on the west towards the city hall of Nordgard, and you guys were victorious.
Yay, go us!
I'm just looking over to see if Tempus is still in a lip rustle.
I'm not coming up for air. After like, a good dip and after like a great big lip smacking smooch, Tempus will like just sort of like undip Yaereene and let her go with a great big grin on his face.
And she'll stand up rather dazed and shocked, because I think this is probably the first time she's ever been kissed in her life. And she immediately turns bright red and actually can't even stammer out a word, just kind of sputters. For like 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes yet.
She wasn't expecting that. That took,
Okay, so after like the first 30 seconds of stammering, like Tempus is maybe going to finally clue in on the fact that you maybe weren't the most comfortable with it, and he's just going to like sort of like, reach out a hand and just kind of clasp your shoulder and say, Yaereene? Yaereene?
She grins at you and turns bright red.
Look, I really like you, and you're cool, and you fight real good, and, I'm not a weirdo, but you're very pretty, and, so I just thought I'd let you know, and, it's cool, like, if you didn't care for it, like, I'm not going to make things awkward at work or anything, just so you know, I like you, you're dope.
Yeah. And she smiles.
Aw. Well, then, we'll turn back to the rest of the party, and I think we'll look maybe a little bit taken aback when we realize that you guys are watching us.
And anybody who's paying any attention will note that Yaereene, for like the next, definitely all day today, anytime she glances at Tempus, she blushes bright red. Bright red.
I start tuning my lute and trying to think of some rhyming words.
Rhyming with what?
The mist was kissed by an orc, the dork. No, that's not right. I still got to work on that.
I see.
Well, glad you two got that out of the way. I think you figure that out. I'm going to go find Yuri.
I think he went heading back to City Hall.
That's the building that you guys were guarding anyway, right?
I thought we were up on the battlements, not on City Hall itself.
No, you guys were up on top of the city hall.
Okay. So basically he went downstairs.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to go find him. I just basically want to find him and talk about plans just in case something else happens on this side.
Okay, what's everyone else doing?
Do we need to be going over to the other wall to see what's going on there? Although that is Gorald territory, from what I gather.
I do have a few thoughts about how maybe to handle the circumstances about the siege, but maybe we should go indoors and just follow Ysmyr for a bit. I do think that talking to the council should be on our list of things to do.
Well, I'll hang back a little bit. I don't think I endeared myself to Yuri very much.
I don't think anyone's quite endeared towards your fighter friend either. I'm going to pipe up from like where I've been kneeling checking on the priest that we recently revivified.
I'm really grateful for that, by the way.
I got your back.
Also, we totally have a prisoner to interrogate, and I'm going to retrieve the Doomsayer that I knocked out.
There is that. So, are we going to be taking him in and parading that to the council, or do we want to find a place to tuck him away?
Dunno yet. Let's play it by ear and follow Ysmyr.
Okay, I start following Tempus. Is Yaereene in front or behind us?
She'll follow you as well.
And someone at the end of last session had mentioned that they wanted to loot the undead army.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So you find on especially the leadership of the group, there's 1,000 gold pieces and 600 platinum pieces. And the rest of the gear that they have is non-magical in nature. It's general gear. So they've got suit of full plate, shield, mace. There's another one in half plate, shield and sword. And then there was Miri with whatever Miri had, I think scale mail. And you already took the gauntlets of ogre power and a regular mace.
Yeah. I guess we probably would make sure anything else that she had that would be useful. Like I think she was the last one to have Hogarth's book, that sort of thing. Probably would have made sure to have those as well.
Okay.
I would also like to suggest that can we make sure that these people don't come back again?
How are you going to do that?
She'll look at Ysmyr and Rhodes and say, do we burn them? We need to make sure they don't come back again. I don't want to fight Miri again.
I don't think they regenerate.
I'm gonna look to Yaereene, and even with all of the kiss and everything that had gone on, I will very soberly say, if it would make you feel better, I can be rest assured a proper burial and blessing for your friend.
Thank you. I just don't know who created them or if they can be reanimated, and I just I don't want to do that again.
Of course. That being said, I probably won't follow them into City Hall. I will probably stay behind for like cleanup and all of the plans to take care of the undead dead bodies.
Okay. You do see that the goblins that had been defending the East Bank are going about gathering up dead bodies, both ally and enemy, and piling them up in a rather large pile on the western side of the bridge, where they're going to just burn all the bodies.
I guess I am helping goblins.
Okay.
They're good people.
Ysmyr, in the meantime, you head into City Hall, and there's nobody in here. It's like when you go in the main doors, it's just completely quiet.
Counselor Yuri?
You don't hear a response.
Do I see anything?
Perception check?
10, so probably not a lot.
Yeah, no, you don't see anything in here. It's just dark and quiet as the sun has gone down now.
I hate that we've already split up.
Well, I might wait for the others. And when Yaereene and Katir are closer, I'll just be like, so where did the counselor go after you left him?
I just saw him walking off, and like there's only one stairway down from there, isn't there? Yaereene, did you see? No. On the other hand, I think you were pretty upset about the priest.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, I know that, but I mean, as far as noticing where Yuri went.
If I think back, can I recall noticing where he went, Ryan, or do I have no idea?
I don't think you would have had any idea, but KTR, you did see him heading off to go downstairs into the city hall, but that was a while ago now.
Yeah, so I don't know where he went after going down the stairs, but he definitely went down the stairs. He didn't go levitating or misty stepping anywhere. I saw him go down the stairs. Now, can we see the stairway that we came down from?
Not from where you are right now. You're kind of in the main chamber of City Hall, the entrance hall. So you don't see the staircase that he would have taken down.
Yeah. You know the one because you were up on the walls with us at first, and then you came down, right, Ysmyr?
Yes, I know where the stairs are. Now I'm more concerned on where the counselor is.
And nobody's in the council chamber?
I'm going to go look.
You head to the council chamber and it's empty.
Is there an emergency room they might have snuck off to in case they got past the walls?
If we go outside, do we see anybody?
You can see goblins moving about on the western side towards the bridge, but east and around the area where the main door is to the city hall, you're not seeing anybody around, no.
If I stop, Ryan, and take a minute, can I sense, do we still have lots of humans where I would assume should be in the city?
I'm going to say yes, without actually checking what the distance is across the city.
Okay, but it's not like we've all of a sudden got no humans there because we've got everybody's turned undead or anything like that.
No. There's still lots of people in the city itself. Fewer than you might anticipate throughout the majority of the city, but probably close to the edge of your senses to the southeast, where the eastern gate is. There's quite a few people gathered.
Okay, thank you. Well, should we head to the eastern gate?
Is the council the only room in the building?
No, there's many rooms throughout the building. It's a very large structure.
Can we hear anybody talking?
Perception checks? You're not hearing anything in here.
The hell?
Okay. Well, East Wall's the next concern, but I quickly want to go find Gurkum, the goblin leader, and just confirm with him they're okay watching the west side, and see if the clerics are going to stick around or want to come back with us before we go to the east.
I was hoping that we could talk to the council and warn them of the potential political situation in the city, but does everybody...
The council's all over the place. There's some on the east side, too.
Does everyone think that maybe now might be a good time to talk a little bit?
Not until we know everything's safe.
What is it?
Well, so... I mean, are we worried about being attacked? This can wait if we're going to be under attack.
So, on my walk to the east, my visit, I was shown the size of the undead army on the other side, but there was a large gap between them and the wall. They're not swarming. The problem is, apparently at night when it's dark, something attacks, and I guess we'll get a soldier or two if they don't just hide in what do you call them, pigeonholes, and shoot from those. So at night almost everyone on the wall takes cover anyway. So we have time if you want to talk.
Is Sela still with us or on the west side?
Yeah, Sela's not in City Hall with you, but she's been following you around.
Would you guys mind if I asked if she'd take me on a quick check just to make sure everything is safe before we chat?
Do you think we could talk now? It's just... I'd hate to have us go running every which way and not necessarily have a plan.
Okay.
I look startled at Tempest.
Hey, I kissed a girl and I liked it. I'm learning. In any event, Tempus is gonna just sort of like let go of his prisoner and say, so, look, the god within wants me to kill every last Shero worshipper in the city, and I've done a lot of soul searching and thinking about it, and honestly, I don't disagree with him. I think killing them all right now would be a little bit hasty. I think that doing so before we've broken the undead horde would be, sort of irresponsible, but I can't really refute his arguments. We're in the midst of a holy war, and with the souls of my ancestors hanging in the balance, I'm going to kill some clerics that won't even go defend the walls. Speaking of, where's our new friend Rhodes?
I was just thinking, I glance at Rhodes as he's saying all this.
Except Rhodes is helping burn bodies.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well,
That could have been awkward.
have you and the god in your head considered the fact that if a lot of these clerics switch to Shero out of fear in the first place, maybe earning their respect will get them to switch to Tempus?
Yes, and honestly, I do think that we should fight on the east wall. As long as I can get some healing, I've got one more fight in me left today. But it's just, everyone in the warband should be aware that I have this goal and I have this objective that is being thrust upon me that honestly, I don't really know how to feel about it. I kind of agree with the things that Tempus has been saying, that these clerics are an infection that must be excised. I would rather save as many of them as possible, but you saw what happened with Carrie. I don't know that I'm that convincing.
I do know that getting the townspeople back on your side will be difficult if you kill their sons and daughters and husbands and wives.
Well, and it's not like I want to go around killing everybody. It's not like I want to murder Ysmyr because she's working for, like, an undead spirit of Dowreth or something, but it's just...
What?
I thought that was your patron, like a
No.
ghost of Dowreth or something.
Not at all.
Oh, my bad. And I'm going to scratch Ysmyr's name off a little list that I've got in my pocket.
Oh, no!
Kidding, of course, kidding. I don't have pockets, people. I'm naked. I'm kidding. In any event, well, that's my mistake. Sorry. But I may not have much of a choice. Like, I do think we should fight tonight, because as long as Tempus is tired out from his scrap with the star, like, I don't think he's going to grab the driving seat. But if we get a long rest in tonight, tomorrow is going to maybe be something different. So
I think all the clerics of Shara right now, other than the ones who were courageous enough to come out here tonight, they're all huddled in the temple, scared of an attack from you. If we bypass them and head right to the other wall, at least that won't be a concern right now. The other thing is, I have no idea what's changed in the last few hours. So I do agree we need to go over there. I don't want to guarantee an immediate fight, because if we only have 3 clerics and we just had a fight over there, they might not be ready for another one, and we need and I know I need at least a short break. You need one. You took a good beating.
well, out of game, I'm completely out of hit dice for the day, so a short break is going to do nothing for me.
Also,
I would just-
DM note, it is late, and you guys spent the day traveling and stuff, so you're all feeling road weary, as well as having just finished a siege.
And will soon be exhausted, is what you're telling us?
There will be Constitution saving throws in your future.
Well, do we really have enough gas left in us to go fight on the eastern wall?
I don't think we do.
Okay, my only concern is I'd hate to see the wall fall while we were sleeping. I'd like to at least ask somebody to come get us, should we be desperately needed.
Well, that's why I think we should at least go to the wall, see what we're dealing with, and be nearby.
Find an inn
I
close
can
to the
sleep.
wall?
We can sleep in an alley or in a barracks if we have to.
I think we should get Rhodes and the 2 clerics to try and heal us and see what's going on after that. I told Rhodes that you're like his queen and junk, so he should listen to you.
What?
You know, you're an elven queen because you're descended from an elven king. That's how monarchies work, right?
I don't think that's how it works out here. But we should probably grab the clerics anyway.
Maybe we should ask
How monarchies work?
whether she's their queen.
Well, you're an elf, sort of. Is Ysmyr the queen of the elves?
Not that I'm aware of, but then I'm a half-elf.
Well, I don't think my parents would think she was, but I wouldn't argue.
See?
This is entirely besides the point. We're worried about the east wall right now.
Of course. And you hear a hidden but not spoken, Your Majesty.
Please don't.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
The exalted war leader, the first Ysmyr.
I'm gonna go get the clerics. You 3 don't get into trouble. And she goes and to get the clerics.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna see if Sela will fly over just to check and make sure everything's okay.
All right. And I start sitting down with Tempus and I'm going, all right, let's see. Ysmyr the first, exalted war leader of the elves and master of all she surveys. What you think?
Ooh, add in the ultimate authority to be obeyed at all cost.
The stern, terrible leader with an icy gaze.
Dig it, yeah.
Oh, I gotta write that down.
Now you're making me sound evil.
Not to be trifled with is how I'm looking at it. I mean, even me and Tempus are starting to learn.
Starting.
I lean over to Tempus and give him a wink.
I'll wink back. And also, while we're waiting for them, I'm just going to be my prisoner. I'm just stripping them of their armor and effects and giving them the Curie Brightwood treatment. Actually, you know what? We're going to give them the Curie treatment 2.0. Once I have their gloves off, I'm just going to take their index fingers, and their index fingers don't point in the same direction anymore. They don't get somatic components.
Ouch.
Ow.
Ryan, is Sela willing to fly me over just to check to make sure that we're not in the middle of some sort of catastrophe that we don't know about?
Sure thing.
Cool.
It's, I'll give me a perception check.
Darn.
Even with that, you see, as Sela takes off, you can see to the south, on the small island where the Dameline compound is, you can see a large bonfire close to where their manor wall is.
I immediately ask her to head in that direction.
She does, and as you fly in that direction, you can spot more lights on the further south island where the other three main manors are for the counselors.
And is there combat or just a big bonfire?
Just a big bonfire.
And if I get lower, can I see any more detail?
Yep. You can see that the bonfires are made up of bodies, and you can see soldiers from the compounds heaping more zombies and skeletons onto the fires.
Do I think anybody in the Dameline compound will talk to me?
I don't know, do you?
Well, they won't expect me to talk back, but, she'll try. She just needs to find out what's going on. So she will not approach anybody who looks very senior. She'll look for somebody like a junior captain or something like that. Somebody who would have a clue what was going on, but not likely to be looking down on her for being disowned by her family and not being rather relevant anyway.
Okay. Yeah, there are some just general footmen and archers milling about, going about their business here, and yeah, none of them are terribly high ranking or anything.
Excellent. And she's going to try and channel Ysmyr.
Okay.
Excuse me. What's happened here?
We were assaulted by the undead. They came up from under the river and threw themselves at our walls, but we managed to deal with it.
And the other houses, are they fine?
He shrugs. I don't know. My job is to defend House Dameline. The other houses have their own guards.
Has the assault stopped here, or do you still fear additional attack?
I mean, we didn't even know the first attack was coming, so I suppose anything's possible.
She's frustrated because this is more words than she said to a stranger in forever, and he's not being helpful.
He's being helpful.
So she'll just nod, but the attack is currently done.
Yes, we defeated the undead that came here quite handily.
Thank you. And she'll go back to Sela. I kind of just slump down on Sela.
Okay.
If Ysmyr could have seen that, she would have been so proud.
And she goes to check out some of the other houses. And if she sees similar piles of bodies in the bonfire, she's not going to try and talk to anybody else. She'll assume that something similar has happened, but she's also checking for active combat.
Okay. You note that there are two other bonfires near the three manors. One near House Woodsworth and one near House Bell. But there's nothing around House Rainstaff.
Okay. In no combat, though, either?
Nope, no active combat right now.
And it is near the river as well?
Yes.
But not attacked.
That's right. All three buildings are on just a small island in the middle of the river.
Can Sela set down somewhere? Do I see any people wandering around there?
Yes. Yeah, there is a flurry of activity around House Woodsworth and House Bell, but it's all quiet and dark around House Rainstaff.
So no people around House Rainstaff.
You can give me a perception check.
Yeah, and she'll take the time to actually sit and study and watch for a little bit. Wow, she is just totally, that kiss definitely distracted her. She's not on it today with perception.
Nope. Nope, not at all. You're not seeing anything from up high.
I ask Sela if she can get us sort of close, and I would like to try and see if I can sense any humans. And I'll try, and is there a direction I can face so that, what is the name, sorry, House
Rainstaff?
Rainstaff is facing away from the majority of the city?
Okay.
And I'll try and focus and see if I can sense people in there. I'm trying to determine if I can figure out if they've been attacked and just taken over by undead.
Okay. You open up your spidey senses and you do sense one humanoid figure at the top of the tower.
And that's it?
That's it.
Okay. We'll do a quick swoop past the eastern gate and make sure there's not a horrible thing there, and then I'm going to tell everybody that I think we have a problem at House Rainstaff.
Okay. You fly over to the eastern gates, and you can see that there are many torches lining the walls, but there's no current combat going on. There's guards posted at regular intervals along the wall, but none of them are on top of the wall at this point. They're all behind, looking through various murder holes, or just standing ready in case anything happens. There's a large cluster of soldiers by the gates, and that's pretty much all that you see as you fly past inside the city.
Okay, I'll return back to the rest of the group with my current concern.
Okay.
So when I get back, can I find everyone easily enough?
Yeah, they're all hanging out at City Hall, I think, right?
I was getting the clerics. I was entertaining Tempus and Katira.
Okay. Yeah, the clerics are out there with the goblins, and Rhodes piling up bodies and lighting fires.
Okay. I'll approach and just see where they're at with all that, and then ask, will you be I'll be heading to the east wall after this?
It's late tonight. I think we'll hunker down in City Hall and sleep here. And if there's any trouble, at least we'll be ready to help as best we can.
Actually, that's perfect. I can talk to Garcum. He's the goblin leader, and I'm sure they'll be quite happy to stand on guard as well.
Okay.
The rest of us, I think, are hoping to head to the east in a little bit, though. But good to know your plan.
If we have any problems here, we'll send word.
All right, perfect. And yeah, then she'll go talk to Garcum, make sure the goblins are content with that plan, and go from there. I guess it'll be to rejoin.
Okay.
So are you able to skip ahead to me getting back?
Sure.
Guys, I think, and she looks at Tempus and blushes beet red and stammers for a second, and then faces Ysmyr. I think there's a problem.
What is it?
The houses, they were attacked from undead that came from under the river, and 3 of the houses appear to have successfully fought off attacks. They're burning the bodies and the zombies and stuff, but House Rainstaff, nobody. It was dark there, and I could only sense one person at the top of the tower. There wasn't other people in there.
But doesn't that make sense? Isn't Yuri a creepy little necromancer?
He should have some people. Some people.
Is Yuri's last name Rainstaff?
Yep.
Okay, so it's his house.
But he should have some people.
You would think.
And he didn't. There was no signs that he'd been that there'd been an attack there. There was no. But maybe he wouldn't have burned the bodies. Maybe he would have just taken them. I don't know. But I would have thought there'd be more people there. There shouldn't be just one. I don't think. Ryan, from her history of knowing the city and the nobility and minor nobles, would she know if there were any other members of his household?
He's always been rather enigmatic and very hush-hush about his own personal life.
Fair enough.
Now, is it the island with the single building just to the south of us for Rainstaff? I just pinged it.
That's House Dameline.
Okay.
I'm not their favorite person. That's why I didn't talk to anybody important.
What on earth do they have against you?
I was supposed to marry their son, but then, yeah, it went bad, and then they were mad, and yeah, it was not good. My parents wanted me to.
Well, that's all good and done with, but
Their loss.
if we don't want to head to the east wall, we can go look at House Rainstaff tonight. But other than that, there's not much we can do.
I do think that heading to the east is good, but are the clerics willing to maybe heal us a little bit?
Well, how much longer do you think Rhodes will be out tidying up the battlefield?
It sounds like the clerics plan on staying the night in here and sticking to the wall.
I was actually going to chime in to ask if I would see the smoke from the other fires from where I am at the bridge.
You would probably be able to see the fires around House Dameline.
Okay. Just because I don't quite know the group yet, I'm probably going to start heading that way to try and see what's going on.
Okay.
So that would reasonably mean that Rhodes is probably going to cut through the city hall and be heading to the bridge that we're in view of to head south. Is that fair?
Yep.
Yes.
And we're going to check out the south before we go east, right?
We most certainly could.
Well, I'm all right for spells except for the wand. It'll need a bit of a kip before it's ready to go at the east wall. But hopefully we can deal with it just ourselves.
Hey, Rhodes! How's it going?
I'm assuming I had been walking in, saw them, and was about to keep walking when Tempus called out, so I'm probably going to turn and look at him with that, what do you think kind of look. But I'm going to say, oh, it's wonderful, just peachy. It might as well be my birthday. It couldn't have been better today.
See, I told you Rhodes was cool. Wanna come hang out with us?
And where's the cool kid gang going?
We're gonna go check out Councillor Yaerene's house. He's a necromancer, so we want to make sure that he's on the level.
Sure. Yeah, of course I'll join. That sounds like a great idea.
Yaereene just said there were fires to the south, and his house looks dark, and she could only tell there was maybe one person there. So we wanted to check.
That sounds like a bit suspect. I was actually just on my way south to see what the fires were about.
Zombies came up from the river.
I suppose it would make sense that we would all go together.
Me as well.
Okay. So you guys head south along the bridge to House Dameline, and at this point, the soldiers have all re-entered the manor, and there's just bonfire kind of smoldering away outside the walls.
So it looks like they dealt with this one. Yaereene, when you flew over, did you see anything else?
And no, I talked to somebody here. Just there's more bonfires the next two houses, but Yuri's household, Rainstaff didn't have anything. It was just dark.
Then I guess we can assume the next few houses have things in hand, unless we pass and someone's screaming.
All right. Yeah, you guys continue on. House Woodworth is about the same situation. Everything seems to be in hand, and then you get to Councillor Yaerene's manor. You get here, you can see that there is a central tower in the manor grounds, and it is completely dark inside. No signs of life or movement.
Is there a gate or a wall or something that would prevent us from walking into the manor grounds?
There is a gate in the wall.
Does it appear to be locked?
Yes.
Is there a bell or something to let people know there's people at the gate?
There is.
Tempus is already ringing it. Ring, 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 ring. He's like a kid with a doorbell.
Okay.
His hand half up as if he was about to do it, and then Tempus just beat him to it.
Okay, you ring the bell, and you hear the voice of Yaereene come from just beside the gate, saying, "Yes, what is it?"
Yaereene, we have come to reckon with thee, you who have sheltered Hogarth, secret necromancer of Nordgard. You have answers to our questions, and we will have them.
Not with that kind of attitude, you won't.
We maybe should have let Ysmyr speak.
It's a little too late.
This is all probably news to me, so I'm probably just staring at Tempus like, excuse me?
And Ysmyr will walk up and shove Tempus back. Counselor, we just want to talk and discuss the defense of the west side before we move to the east. Your place is the only place without a bonfire, so we were concerned.
I'm fine.
May we enter, Counselor?
Why?
Call it just a assurance check, a wellness check.
I'm well. Everything's good here.
Like, kind of share a glance at the other guys to see if they have any ideas.
What about the other people in your household? Are they faring well as well?
Well, most of my household fell in the battle at the river. So, not so great there, but I've found some new recruits and fascinating work, but they're fine.
So the rest of your people are doing well, the ones that survived?
Yes, everyone here is good.
Hey, Ysmyr, he's a giant nerd with a library, right? You should see if he's, interested in seeing our book of ancient history that speaks to the origins of the orc and humans and such.
I can hear you,
What?
Counselor, if things are well right now, that is fine. I'd like to have an audience with you later to discuss all the things Tempus has brought up.
Perhaps we can meet tomorrow at City Hall?
That would be perfect. Thank you.
All right. Well, good night.
Ysmyr, I've nudged you for a second, so I've whispered in your ear something.
I think I know why, Yaereene.
Okay.
Could we send someone to check on you in a bit, Counselor?
I'm fine. No reason to check.
You have eyes on the waters in case anything else attacks from the west. If you do, then we are fine. Something of interest to you, though, we do have one of the attackers, one of the living ones still. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yes, and, well, we can't be dragging them all through the city, can we? I was wondering if you had a way of containing them, so to speak.
Oh, well, now that is interesting. I do have my own personal dungeon under the tower that I could lock them up in. But if they came with the undead, I'd probably want to keep them away from these new recruits of mine, just in case they attempted to wrest control of them from me. But yes, I would certainly be interested in speaking to this survivor that you captured.
Perfect. We have our own questions, but if you are willing to work with us, it would be fantastic if you can contain them until we can all set up for a questioning period.
Certainly.
Would you be okay if a couple of us bring them in?
I'll be right down.
Okay.
And so you have a few minutes to wait before you see Counselor Yaereene come popping out of his tower and comes running across the grounds to the gate, which he opens soundlessly. And he says, "Just bring them inside the gate. That'll be fine. I'll deal with the rest from there."
Counselor, were you attacked tonight? Was your compound attacked?
Well, sort of.
Sort of?
How do you get sort of attacked?
Well, you see, most of my associates were at the bridge dealing with the attack there. So when the undead came up onto this island, I didn't actually have anybody defending my manor. And so the undead were just sort of milling about, sniffing around, looking for trouble when I got back. And, well, that was that.
So you took control of them for yourself?
No.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Sure.
Yeah, because that was really tentative.
One of these times I will roll over a 10.
Yeah, he's certainly lying.
Now, Yuri, I thought we were going to try and be better friends.
I don't want to be friends with you. You've been nothing but hostile towards me.
And what does lying make me?
Kitiara, I think one or two people is enough.
Indeed.
All of you might notice that Tempus has taken a few steps back from the fence, and he has his arms wrapped around his prisoner rather possessively.
Tempus,
But Ysmyr, he's my prisoner.
he's yours, and this is a place where he can be contained while we go fight at the East Wall.
How do we know that Yuri isn't going to resurrect him to some kind of, zombie, monster, ghost, half-devil thing?
Well, that would certainly be easier because I can speak with the dead.
I'll give him a glare for that.
Counselor, we need...
Don't worry. I only raise people who agree to be raised, and I only control the ones if they're already dead anyway.
Yes, I thought so. You encountered a being named Hogarth at one point, correct?
Fascinating subject, yes.
We did as well, but he was killed before we could get some straight answers. I would like a chat
I'm
with you.
terribly sorry to hear that. He was a unique individual with a fascinating understanding of the undead and so much historical knowledge. I wanted to pick his brain, but he was so obsessed with finding some information in my library, and he promised he would talk to me when he got back.
Well, as luck would have it, I have a book, one of his journals. If things go well in the next little while, perhaps we can talk about that as well. But if you promise to wait for us before questioning this individual here, maybe we can reach an agreement.
Certainly. That sounds fair.
Tempus?
Well, if he promised... Okay, I've renamed him Paco, and I broke his fingers so he can't cast any spells because he's a spell-casting cultist, and I don't know what he eats yet because I knocked him the out. So, here, and I'll dump him on the ground in front of him.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
All right, and at least I will see you at the town hall tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
And
And
he
then
closes
she,
the gates and locks them again.
And she just turns to everyone else. It's like, talking nice works, doesn't it?
I suppose.
Well, when you let a person lie to you in front of your face,
Then you call their bluff.
well, you chided me before I could. And you've been right about me paying more mind to you, so I thought I'd give it a try.
So, just so we're clear, he wasn't actually Hogarth's master and didn't order him to kill Jean de la?
No.
Where did you get that idea from? From the journals, it sounded like they were just acquaintances that because of the necromancy thing.
I don't know. I guess I just sort of tried to put two and two together, and Tempus will strike another name off the list.
And then Ysmyr's going to look to Rhodes. And I am sorry you just had to hear all of that.
Look, lady, I don't know what you pulled me into, and I don't know what's going on, or who half these people are. I just want to defend this goddamn city.
Oh, hey, Rhodes?
Well,
This is Ysmyr. She's your queen that I was telling you about because you worship an elf god.
Oh, yes. And as I hear this, I place my fist over my chest and bow to Ysmyr.
Oh, please don't start that now.
Start what?
Rhodes, you have really good passive perception, as I recall.
I do.
And being familiar with elves, especially in the area you grew up, you do note that Ysmyr has a most fascinating artifact strapped to her belt, and it is the sword of the Elven Monarchy.
So I started doing this in jest, but yeah, I probably will notice that sword and look at Ysmyr a bit differently, like I'm still trying to process if I should be joking or not.
And she is going to see that look on your face and just have a... Okay, we're going to the East Wall, right, everybody?
Yes, my queen.
right. Ysmyr the First, exalted warband leader and the ultimate authority over the Elven lands. What do you think?
Ysmyr just turns and starts walking to the East Wall.
Tempest, what do you think of that one? I'm trying to keep it a little more succinct.
It was pretty good, but you should also toss in how she's like the conqueror of the people's hearts. That's some heavy stuff.
Ooh, hearts
Do
and
we have to
minds.
say this every time?
No. It's mainly for paperwork, right?
Stop it, everybody.
What?
We get special privileges because we're her favorites.
Hopefully.
And with that, I think we march through the city.
Yeah, you were all being pointedly ignored by that point.
Yeah, Yaerene's not brave enough to say another word.
Okay, you guys get across the bridge towards where the Temple of Foltus is, as well as that inn, Lock and Key, I believe it was called. And I would like you all to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh dear. Also, I want to keep an eye out and make sure that we're not bushwhacked by a bunch of priests.
Well, that was a good time to finally roll over a 10.
And I rolled under. So let me guess.
1 level of exhaustion, sir.
Along with my neuralgia. How wonderful.
Yep,
You do
life's
keep-
really looking up for you right now.
It's certainly something.
I feel like I just made that one. Maybe not.
Yeah, we'll say it's 10 to start, and so the only one who failed is Keitira.
You see me starting to slow down, and then all of a sudden you see me pull out my long strider lute, and I start quietly playing it so I can keep up pace or try and not tire as bad.
Are you all right, Kitiara?
I'm a wee bit tired, but we got things to do.
Sorry, I just found the ruling. It's 10 plus 1 per hour of forced march, so technically the difficulty is 11 on the first one.
I'll note my exhaustion.
You said 11, right?
Meets
Yeah.
beats in this case, right?
That's right.
Perfect.
So Tempus looks a little rough too.
Nope, I'm hiding it.
Make a deception check.
Oh,
Oh, you got to
Can
be.
we make perception checks?
You don't have to.
Yeah, he says he's fine, and then he yawns, and you see his eyes fluttering shut.
And Ryan, you said we were passing the lock and key.
You're around the area of the
Area?
lock and key right now.
Okay.
I'm kind of a little gun shy going in there.
query. Does that mean that we're also close to the guild, or is that closer to City Hall across that bridge?
Sorry, which guild?
The Explorers Guild.
That's closer to the east gate.
Gotcha.
Ysmyr's cottage.
Yep, that's closer to the east gate as well.
Yeah, I wonder how
Which
much.
you wouldn't let us in anyway.
I'm just wondering how much environmental damage got into her bedroom from the window being broken.
I was going to say, did you never replace the window?
And blocked it.
Close enough.
A wood shutter or something?
Something. All right. How is everyone feeling? And be honest, because if we're just going to be tired when we reach the wall, we're useless.
I'd be lying if I said I was just right peachy keen. I need to kip for a bit.
I would rather fight at my best, and my best requires a rest.
They were okay when I flew and checked.
I've got one more fight left in me, but I will admit I've been feeling funny the last while. I can't stop shaking and shivering.
Maybe it's because you don't have clothes on, so you're cold.
Tempus's eyes are going to narrow, and then he's just going to sort of look down towards his navel and then exclaim,
Silent gods, I'm feeling the cold. That doesn't happen to me.
Are you
Well-
ill?
Maybe you're just tired, and that's when you feel it.
No, Jagged Tusk don't feel the cold. It's part of what makes us the roughest, toughest clan of orcs out anywhere. What the heck is going on?
Don't know, but maybe that's a sign we should get you somewhere warmer.
I bet
Do-
Big Tempus has something to do with this. Oof.
Ryan, since this was my old neighborhood, would I know of any other inns closer or within short distance rather than the Lock and Key?
There's Grothanier's pub, which is a couple blocks away. It doesn't really have rooms to sleep in, though. It's more for drinking the night away. And the Blue Lock is a little further away to the east. but it has rooms that are a little nicer, more expensive than the ones at the Lock and Key.
Does Yaereene notice that she's not cold?
That's a good question. Tempus, did that ring require attunement?
It definitely does.
Nope,
Okay.
you're not getting any effect from the ring.
Fair enough.
What kind
Okay.
of accommodations would I have been in for the time that I've been in Nordgard?
You were... I'm not sure.
Well,
You
I
were...
don't think I figured that out.
I think you might have been staying at the Explorers Guild, given what you were looking for.
Fair, that would make sense.
Now, Brian? Actually,
Yep.
no. Well, there is the Lock and Key, but you all know the type of troubles we got in the last time we went in. There's a place a little further east which would actually make us closer, but it's not more than a 10-15 minute walk. But if you want to do the Lock and Key, we can do it, but we might be getting into a situation with that old creepy noble.
Maybe you could disguise yourself, or maybe we could rent rooms and sneak in the back.
I would be afraid I'd fall and break me neck.
I would rather we avoid Kitira's trouble and go somewhere else.
All right, so I direct
We can
us to the
afford
place
it.
that has the more expensive rooms.
Just to remind you, it doesn't have rooms. It's a tavern, it's a drinking den.
No.
Rather-
He also described another one, which was
Oh.
the Blue Key.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the Blue Lock is a tavern that has some rooms.
Okay. Then I guess we'll head there.
I might be over cautious, but I mean, I'd rather not have things go south and have Rhodes have to deal with baggage that she never had they never had a part in.
I assume if I go anywhere with the group of you, especially with Tempus, I'm already drawn into your baggage by default.
You
Well,
Besides, Katiara, Rhodes has joined our warband, and so our struggles are his struggles.
Wait, I've done what?
Yeah, you're one of us now.
That's up for him to decide, Tempus.
And he already decided. Look at what happened in the last couple of hours. He set all expectations to the wind, and he stood and fought and was ready to shed his own life in defense of the city with us. The other clerics and paladins and such, they just mostly stomped around and kept themselves apart from us and did their own thing, but Rhodes is part of the team now. Besides, he works for you.
And he saved the priest. Thank you.
I'm gonna look at Ysmyr and then just be like, well, I can't argue with that logic, boss.
Don't call me that.
She prefers if you call her war leader.
No, I don't.
Of course then, your highness.
No, absolutely not. All of you can stop right now. Otherwise, I'm not paying for your rooms.
I mean, I have lodgings, but it's up to you, my queen.
isn't it just your majesty?
Yes, Yaereene is totally silent right now.
It's clear I'm egging her on with every time I change her title.
Actually, would it be
Let's just go.
Ysmyr the first?
Even if I did know, I would have no clue.
That's a good question. What was your parents' name, Ysmyr?
Want rooms or not?
Yes, please.
And I'm assuming after a lot of heavy silence and some gritted teeth, we're going to continue on to the inn.
Okay. As you get to the inn, you see a soldier being hauled out by a burly half-orc and tossed to the street. He says, "And stay out, filth!" and slams the door shut.
If you all get kicked out, that's your own fault. And then Ysmyr, I guess, is gonna go in and approach, I'm assuming the front desk or bar, to ask about rooms.
Okay. You enter the inn, and there's a surprising number of people in here. The pub area is full of people drinking away their woes, and some of them are getting pretty rowdy. You can see that this half-orc by the door is watching everyone closely, obviously looking for trouble. And there's another older half-orc at the front bar. And as you approach, he smiles, says, "Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you this evening?
Oh, we're looking for a place to stay for the night.
Ah, that's a pity. Rooms fill up pretty fast around here. What with the soldiers wanting to stay as close to the east gate as possible. This inn has been full for the last couple of hours.
So you don't have anything then?
I could put you up in the stables, perhaps. There are some others who chose that. Not the most comfortable of lodgings, but they'll do in a pinch.
Do you have enough space for our mule in the stables as well?
Perhaps.
I'm down. What do y'all say?
I look at Ysmyr.
Whether it's a proper mattress or a stack of straw, I'm in.
Come on, guys. It'll be just like camping in the woods.
I've got no problem in it. A bunch of hay that hasn't been soiled is better than a bedroll on a lumpy ground.
Yaereene will shrug and then glance around and then catch Tempus's eye and then blush again.
Speaking of blushing, Tempus, you note as you're discussing options for sleeping in the stables, a more human-looking half-orc woman walks by carrying a tray of drinks, and you get the most amazing whiff of the beverage that she's carrying to a table.
Oh dear.
It smells good, you say?
To you, yes. Extremely good. To others, it smells like rotting vegetables.
Would I recognize this scent? Is this something I've encountered before?
No. Your tribe has never experienced anything like it, but the waitress takes it to a table of half-orcs and orcs who immediately crash glasses together and chug it down, and one of them falls over unconscious immediately.
So what is that table having, and how soon can I get to?
Is that a good idea when you've got to try and stay in control of Big Tempus?
Oh, he's good for at least the rest of the night.
And you're a bit tired, so you may not be making the best decisions right now. Right, Ysmyr?
If he wants a drink, we can set up to stay here, but no brawls.
Well, that stuff just smelled really good. What is it, barkeep?
Ah, that's my wife's special recipe, handed down generation to generation. It's called Zartgut. Kicks like a horse.
Would that mean anything to me? Like, does it have like a literal translation in Orcish, or is it just like it's like Benny Brew or something in Orcish?
Yeah, it's just what they call it. It doesn't mean anything to you.
Well, what's in it?
Oh, like I said, a family recipe. I'm not allowed to share the details.
I'll wrestle you for 'em.
No, my wife would kill me.
Oh, that's fair. Can I try a drink of it?
1 gold.
Ysmyr, can I borrow a gold?
Yeah, and I'll guess pay for our spots in the stables.
Okay, that'll be 1 silver piece per person for the stables.
All right, and if any of you, the rest of you want drinks, go for it. It's been a while.
Yareene's happy with just water.
No. Barkeep, what kind of ciders you got?
Ciders? Don't really carry that kind of drink here.
All right.
You can either have Zartgut or you can have ale.
And it's just 1 flavor of ale, I take it.
Yep.
I'll take it.
All right. That'll be a couple silver pieces.
Ysmyr will whoever, I'm assuming she has the gold right now, but she'll cover for everyone.
No, you don't have to do that. I've got my own cash.
We got a party fund.
I'm shameless. Pour me a Zartgut to toast Tempus here, if I am joining the lot of you.
Oi, now this should be interesting.
The barkeep yells back and says, Pika, I got a couple more Zartguts we need. And it's not long before the young half-orc maiden comes out with another tray and gives Rhodes and Tempus a couple of Zartguts and Katiara an ale.
And same thing. To me, it smells really, really good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this
I plan on
is
holding my
going to
breath.
be good. Rhodes, it smells just foul.
I have probably drank worse. I am holding my breath.
Okay.
Well, I'll clink glasses with Rhodes, and I'll down it in one go.
Well, I try and clink, and then it's gone. Okay. All right.
I'll also clink with Tatiara. I forgot you had also got a drink. I'm sorry.
I feel like I'm gonna choke this down in like 3 or 4 gulps and make some faces in between.
The question is, does it come back or not?
TV.
Well-
I think that's a die roll.
Rhodes and Tempus, please give me con saving throws.
And that's a saving throw, not an ability check, right?
That's right. It's not affected by level 1 exhaustion.
Oh no!
Congratulations.
Oh, there we go.
You're-
no!
Wow.
Dios mío.
You are
Well, you're in it together.
you are both poisoned, and Katiara, Ysmyr, and Yaereene, you watch as the two of them clink glasses, chug it back, and fall over unconscious.
Ysmyr will order an ale and just sit there.
Should
I raise
should
my
we
glass to
move
her.
'em?
Well, let's
Get to
prop them
it.
up. Yeah, let's prop them up so they're not in the way of anybody moving about.
Yeah, she'll help Katira prop him up, but we'll worry about moving him to the stable after.
Yeah, I've got my drink. You got your drink.
The half orc behind the bar is chuckling to himself and says, "If you need any help getting them off to the stables later, I'll get my son Termic to drag them over."
Why, thank you.
Perfect, thanks.
And I tip a silver piece.
Much appreciated.
Well, we all got to make a living, don't we?
So the regular ale is fine. It's strong, but it's not going to poison you with just one drink. Is there anything that you guys want to do in the inn at this time?
No, just get ready to sleep soon.
Is there a stage?
Ryan,
is.
actually,
That's a skill, though. No, I'm not going to take the chance.
Okay.
Ryan, there's one thing I'd like to do.
Okay.
So, can I listen just for rumors of how my family might be doing?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. I'm going to listen in on see if anything's been said about the defense of the west wall. Would that be a perception as well?
Yep, that would be perception as well.
And that's at disadvantage. So my first one was awesome, and my second isn't.
Yep. Yeah, you're not hearing anything about the topics that you're interested in, either of you. Anything else in particular that you guys want to do before heading off to the stables for the night?
I can't really think of anything. Can you guys?
No, I just wanted to hear about my parents if I could, but if there's no chatter about them, she's ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I think Ysmyr just mostly wanted a chance to sit.
So do we get assistance hauling them to the stables?
Yep, the burly bouncer comes over and helps drag them off to the stables, and you guys get some straw to sleep on for the night. It's not particularly warm in here, but it's better than being outside. And Tempus and Rhodes sleep quite soundly for the night.
And were we able to bring in Chewy and stuff?
Yeah, there's room for Chewy in your cart.
If I spend some time looking at the ring Tempus gave me, do I attune to it?
Yep, you can do that, and you no longer feel cold.
Do I know why?
Yeah, you'd figure out that it's the magic of the ring.
Okay, she's going to need to talk to Tempus when he becomes conscious then.
Yep.
In case anybody missed it, my starting magic item was a ring of warming, but because Tempus is adult, he didn't really understand how magic worked and just assumed it was because he was tough that he didn't feel the cold. So, yeah.
Ain't so tough now.
I assume that like I've cuddled up to Rhodes and we're both like, trying to hold each other to stay warm in our sleep.
Yeah, you guys wake up in the morning feeling pretty awful.
Rhodes, he really likes you because you were above Chewy.
Sorry, what did I miss?
Just you and I got tossed in a pile and woke up cuddling each other, both of us feeling pretty hungover.
Oh boy. I've woken up in worse places.
Now, do we take off the exhaustion?
Yep.
What about the poisoned condition?
Yeah, you're fine.
We slept it off.
Yeah.
And consider a long rest? Yay!
If she got up before you guys, Ysmyr will have breakfast ordered.
I would have probably gotten up and spend some time helping her too, because I only need the 4 hours as well.
Yeah, that'll just be a couple of silver pieces for breakfast for everybody.
Sorry, if you're a half elf, you get 8 hours.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, only full elves got the 4 hours.
Ah, ding. Sorry.
I'm Tempus.
Hey, good morning, Yaereene.
Right, we need to find him pants too.
I might know why you're cold.
Really?
Yeah, the ring that you handed me, it keeps you warm. Would you like it back so you're not cold?
What? How does that work?
Well, if you wear it, it keeps you from getting cold. It's magic.
Really?
Really?
You might notice that Tempus has a bit of a hangdog expression, and he's just sort of says, I always thought all this time I was just a tough orc who could ignore the cold by virtue of being stoic and junk.
Well, you are tough, but the ring helps with the cold.
Would you like to keep it and, not feel the cold?
Well, I wear clothes, so you can if you like. You might make better use. And she'll quickly glance down and then blush again, because you still haven't put any clothes on.
I have not.
Well, you don't have to wear clothes. You could give it a try. It's very freeing and empowering.
I think I'd get cold.
Well, only if you gave me the ring back.
I don't think I can do that.
I've woken up and I'm just so amused at this conversation.
I'm also kind of just playing peanut gallery over here and watching.
Okay, fine. Let's make a deal. I'll take the ring back, but you have to do me a favor too.
Okay.
The next time we can find a place to, get a proper bath and get cleaned up, I get to braid your hair and you get to braid mine.
Okay.
It's a date.
and I'll take back the ring, and can we spend an hour short resting so I can attune to it and
Use my hit dice.
Sure.
Well, you had a long rest.
Yes,
Which-
but this is morning.
we don't regain all of our health back in Ryan's campaign, right?
God, yes.
Hardcore mode.
Yep. So you get half of your hit dice back, half your level and hit dice back for a long rest, and you can use those in the short rest.
Yeah, and you get 1 plus your con.
Yep. All right. So you guys wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. You have your long rest, breakfast out in the stables, and what are you going to do?
Well, I think we got a job.
See how the night went first on the east side?
I think that's our best bet.
Now,
I'm
how
gonna-
are we going to handle Gorold if we come across him?
We're not picking a fight.
Right.
As far as I could tell when I went over, he's been doing some good work helping defend the wall. So our priority is not any personal things. It's defending the city. Ryan, what was the counselor on that side of the wall's name again?
Horace Dameline is there.
And you don't want me nearby.
We've seen him before too.
Also, Faria Bell is there.
Well, Tempest will wave brightly at Lady Bell.
Well, we haven't started over there yet.
Excuse me.
I was just getting a reminder. But yeah, so Gorold is there. So is Horace, Emmeline, and Faria Bell. So I think our best bet is to go talk to the 2 counselors, get news, see what's changed, and see where we can fit in. We also have to fit in a meeting with Yuri later today.
Is everyone in favor of warning the political council about the potential of me running rampant and killing all the clerics if they don't listen?
You're
Can I
going to
just
what?
look at Ysmyr?
So, Rhodes, remember when I was telling you about how Sharo kidnapped all the other gods and now we're in a holy war and some junk?
I mean, there was a lot going on, but I vaguely recall.
Yeah, so the Temple of Sharo isn't completely wrong when they say that I'm a threat to the city, because the god in my head wants me to kill all the clerics who worship Sharo and such.
So that completely goes against the night we just had.
Well, I mean, I don't want to do it unless I'm absolutely have to, I'd much rather that we rescue all the old gods and everyone can go back to worshipping as they choose.
I'll think on it.
Main thing is right now we're keeping his focus on defending the city and hoping the rest won't be a problem.
I don't have faith in the current clerics in the city. I'll be that honest.
Which is why we're going to convert them. or I might have to murder all of them.
Well, I don't know how to feel about that, so for now I'm going to focus on the city.
I think starting with any conversation of murdery is probably awkward.
Agreed.
So that's a no on telling the city council that they might be depopulated of clerics pretty soon?
Yep. They're already going to be short of clerics because the clerics are holding up. At least that's what we heard. And she'll glance to Rhodes for that at the temple.
Before you showed up, all the clerics were withdrawn from the walls to protect the temples in anticipation of your arrival, and most of them did it.
Well, then we should probably go to the east wall and defend the city and, convince everybody that Shiro is dumb and Tempus is the best.
There you go.
Ysmyr, you listen to things, right? Rhodes, you've been here this whole time.
Yes.
Have you heard anything about the Valrace? How's my family doing?
Is this anything that I would have come across?
No.
Then I'm gonna just shake my head helplessly and tell you, Yaereene, I'm sorry I haven't gotten involved with much of the politics in the city.
Thank you.
We'll keep an ear open, Yaereene. We can even swing by and check later if you'd like.
Or we could do it on the way to the walls.
Could do that if that's what you'd like.
Well, I don't know if they want to talk to me, but I'd like to know how they are.
Well, we can swing by the house and just ask a guard out front if that makes you feel better.
That would, thanks.
And on the way, I can probably find a market to buy clothes at.
Yeah, the Blue Lock is right by the central marketplace for the city, so no problem finding clothes right close by.
Should probably get some healing potions too.
They don't have any in supply right now.
Okay, then never mind. But yes, we should get you some clothes.
Is that Taylor that we went to the first time still around?
Taylor. Let me check.
The
here.
leather worker?
Not the leather worker. Tempus,
good.
Tempus bartered with Taylor for some food, right? Or for some clothes.
Bert the human.
I don't think I ever got his name, so I'll add that to the list. Okay, yeah. Same drill as before. Tempus is basically going to barge into there and roar,
I demand clothing, and I will pay in the local currency.
Not terribly surprised by your appearance, and just throws some clothes out on the counter that'll fit you, and asks you for a gold piece to cover the cost.
No. All of the clothes that I buy from you keep breaking despite their high quality. So I would like 2 clothes, and I'll give you 2 gold.
Okay. He hands you another set of clothes.
Ysmyr, can I borrow 2 gold, please?
Yes.
yay, I have 2 sets of clothes.
I wait until we start walking out of the shop and I say, when you want to get naked, if you just take the clothes off instead of ripping them, they'd last longer.
But that would ruin the effect.
Well, true.
Or you could just not rip them off at all.
Well, then there's no effect at all.
Maybe it's the type of clothes you need. We'll get you something that stands out.
Something that has tearaways, so you get the dramatic, but you don't ruin them.
We'll discuss my future as a Chippendale on the way to the wall.
Excellent.
Yaerene's place, you mean?
Yes, excuse me.
Is my family's house on the way to the wall?
No, it's to the north.
That's what I thought.
So it's up to Yaereene if we go or not, basically.
Maybe we could ask somebody at the wall if they've heard anything about my family. Maybe you could, Ysmyr?
I'm sure if anything, Horace Dameline will know something.
Yeah, you should definitely do the asking.
Right, Dameline. Right. Yes, I can ask for you.
So are you guys going to the wall then?
I think so, finally.
It sounds like Yaereene has talked herself out of it, so I guess.
Okay.
Well, I want to know. They disowned me last time I saw them, so I'm not really sure about going up and saying hi.
It's fair.
Okay. So you guys walk through the streets of Nordgard until you come to the area that you're at here, which is close to the Temple of Yondala, is the large building just east of where you guys are. And there is the Explorers Guild which is the large building across the street from it, more to the south of where you are. And there is the Spruce Inn, which is close to the gates.
All right, I guess from there we just head down.
Did you ever go into the Explorers Guild, Tempus?
Nope, still waiting to meet my real dad.
Oh my goodness!
It's all good. We've got stuff going on.
Maybe you should meet your dad before we go fight?
Nah,
You sure?
I mean, first off, he's at the Explorers Guild, not at the Adventurers Guild. Second, it's okay. I mean, part of coming to Nordgard, I was hoping to find him, and we can take care of that, but there's other stuff going on, so why don't we just go to the wall, break the undead siege, and we can worry about it after.
Sorry, did I say Adventurers Guild? I meant to say Explorers Guild.
It's right there in front of me. Tempus is at the door, like slamming on the door with his fist.
That's what I expected.
Yeah, the door's open.
And through the door I go.
Okay. You enter the Explorers Guild, and you find that the building is packed with soldiers and explorers and one city guardsman, and yeah, just a lot of people sitting around, drinking and chatting, talking about their exploits and the battles on the wall and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to scan the room. Can I see anybody that might have been my father?
You never met your father, did you?
Nope.
This room is full of huge burly men, well armed, and yeah, any number of abilities.
Tempus is going to look left, he's going to look right, he's going to close his eyes, find his place of zen, fill his lungs, and yell,
Ernie Farstrider, I have come to reckon with thee!
Yaereene will have followed and is just watching right now.
Can you give me some kind of check that you want to apply to that yell?
Intimidation, so I roll at advantage.
The whole place goes quiet, and all eyes are on you now, but no one steps forward.
Excuse me, but I'm looking for my father, Ernie Farstrider. Does anyone know where he could be found?
They all look at each other, and you see people shaking their heads like they don't know who you're talking about.
Ernie Farstrider. He was a member of the Explorers Guild, had a thing for orc women.
One of them laughs and says, Ulamine has a thing for orcs, but it's more for killing them than anything.
We'll get to that later, big boy. Ernie Farstrider, where is he?
Who you calling big boy? And this halfling comes sauntering up, armed to the teeth, and just looks up at you with his hands on his hips.
I'll slap your ass and call you Sally if you like. Where is Ernie Farstrider?
Ain't no such person round these parts.
Where was there at some point?
Not that I know.
Is there a guild master or somebody in charge of the place?
Hey, you could talk to Then Stormeyes over there at the counter.
Cool, thanks.
And I'll go over to Then Stormeyes.
All right. So, yeah, Fen is just like all the other humans in here, huge, but he's not armed. He's just standing behind the bar, wiping some glasses with a dirty rag.
Hello, I'm Tempus Twiceborn. I have an Explorers Guild ring that was left to my mother by my father. His name was Ernie Farstrider. I'm looking for him, and I'll show him the ring.
You don't say. Mind if I take a look at that ring?
Yeah, sure, I'll pass it to him.
He takes a look at it and says, well, never heard of an Ernie Farstrider before, but this is a legit ring from the Explorers Guild. And he hands it back.
My eyes are going to narrow, and he's going to say,
Did that son of a bitch give my mother a fake name?
He just shrugs.
Oh, okay, look, I've got some stuff going on. I'm going to go break the undead horde by my goddamn self with a couple of my good chums. Could you, do me a solid and ask around if somebody was kicking outside in the, in the woods, happened to meet a tribe of jagged tusk orcs and met up with a lady named Harris the Strong, and if you could find out, and maybe I'll come back and, I'd be very grateful. Thanks, bye.
And I'll walk back out to the party.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Couldn't find him.
I'm sorry, Tempus.
Oh, it's no big deal. Thing happens, you know.
Well, maybe we'll have some undead skulls for you to smash to let it out. Okay. But probably while he was doing that, Ysmyr was trying to spot the council members.
Okay. There's no sight of Feria anywhere, but you do see Horace Dameling down the road, closer to the gate.
Okay, and I'll probably go report in.
Yaereene will hang back with other people if other people aren't going all the way up. If everyone is going up, she'll hang back against the back of the group and try not to be noticed.
All right. Yeah, so you see Horace, and he sees you, and he nods as you approach. Welcome back.
Yeah, back alive, so that's something.
The west wall holds, then?
Yeah, yes it does for now. Everyone was able to hold back this horde. I think a couple of the noble houses got hit, but everyone seems to have gotten through, so it's something. The goblins are going to stay on that side and keep an eye out.
Probably for the best if those little buggers stay out that way anyway.
They do a good job.
I'm glad to hear it. So, what are you up to here now?
Well, wanted to find out if anything changed, or if we need to fill in any gaps anywhere.
Lost another soldier on the wall last night. A group of them were having bets, and they decided to take their chances poking their heads up over the wall. It's apparently fine for the first few, but then one of them got unlucky. Thing just appeared right over him, snatched him up, and was gone, quick as you could blink.
Did any of his friends notice what it was if they were being stupid enough to look anyway?
Yeah, they said it was a hulking mass of bones. Just grabbed him, and off he went. They took a look over the wall, and they saw it sprinting down the road towards the old temple.
Well, at least that's something to know. Great.
Oh.
But otherwise, the army hasn't really moved or anything?
No, the army holds its position. They haven't done anything, really. They're just standing completely still.
That's odd, too. Used to the undead at least shambling about.
Yeah, it's one of the most eerie things I've ever seen. It's perfectly safe to get up on the wall during the day. That thing only strikes at night, so you can take a look. But yeah, they're just motionless. We've been talking about possibly striking out this morning to attack some of them and see if they respond in any way.
Not a bad idea. My one concern is that if anyone does that and it triggers something, like they're waiting for us to lash out.
Could be, but if they come in close, then our clerics on the walls, and they can at least use their spells. They'll be in range.
That's true. Have the clerics returned? Or
A handful, not anywhere near as many as we had.
Yeah. Well, at least it's something. Okay. Ryan, out of character, would I know where that temple is?
Yeah, you guys were there.
This is the temple we were at before?
Oh, the one just outside the walls. Right.
The Temple of Farlang, or whatever it's called.
Right. Yep.
Huh.
Right. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
Yep, no problem.
All right. Well, if the thing's going to the temple, maybe whatever's controlling all this is there. Might be worth looking into.
Yeah, good luck. There's thousands of undead between here and the temple.
Yep, that's the problem.
Ooh, Ysmyr,
But-
this might be a good time to take out the stars.
What?
You know, if we take
Oh.
out the stars, we can watch the undead ash.
We'll talk
Take
about
out
that.
what?
Hello, Lord Dameline. Your armor suits you better than finery.
How'd you get in the city?
I smiled and asked very nicely.
I doubt that.
You caught me. We destroyed an incoming attack from the west.
Oh, you were part of that, eh? Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, Tempus was pretty key in that. For all there's been clashes. At least everyone pulls their weight when they need to.
I kind of smile and preen.
But, all right, if everything is still good here, I guess we'll figure out our best course of action, whether that's if you need a hand for a strike force or if we're better suited to trying to figure out what that bone thing is. We'll figure it out.
Well, that bone thing doesn't show its ugly face during the day, so I think our best chance right now is to do a few strike forces. I'm planning on taking some soldiers up north along the wall. Gorold was going to head south. Just take a poke at them, see what happens.
Ryan, from the description of this bone guy, do I have any idea from my lore and the songs of what it is?
You can give me a difficult history check.
Difficult, all right. Booyah.
That'll do it. Based on the what you've heard from the tales of the soldiers and this thing magically appearing at night and disappearing and then running away, you have a very good idea of what this thing is.
Giving it to me in my private chat?
Dum, dum, dum.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Well,
Nope.
Okay, so you've heard the history, you've heard like ghost stories of it around campfires type of thing. Like it's a true nightmare, but the exact specifics of it, you don't know anything.
All right. I've heard of this thing. It's called a bone claw. It's a great big scary beast and all that, and it kind of checks out. But I think what's really telling is that it only shows up at night. Like, excuse me, Lord. Is there any stories about if you throw fire around, does it shy back? Does it draw back into the shadows and attack from the shadows again?
It hasn't shown any fear of anything. It just it's in and out so fast. We never have a chance to really confront it in any way.
So no chance to react, and if somebody did, you don't know because they're dead now.
Right.
I think it might be worth telling your folks to try and keep the bright lights up. I know it destroys the night vision, but
This city's mostly humans anyway, so we don't have much night vision to worry about.
True that.
but at least it gives an idea of what we might be dealing with. Okay.
If anybody else wants to make Arcana checks to see if you've heard anything about bone claws, you're more than welcome to. Wow.
I did it for the entertainment value.
That is amazing.
I do not think I've seen something that spectacular in a while.
Every roll under 6. That's awful.
We are so good.
Tempus hasn't rolled yet. We might get a surprise.
We've already established that I don't know how attuning to magic items works. I refuse to roll.
Oh, okay. That's legit. Good role play.
Yep. So when KTR says it's a bone claw, you guys don't know anything about them.
Yeah. Well, we have a name, and maybe light helps. Who knows? So, Counselor, do you want us to help if there's a strike force going out, or no?
You're welcome to do whatever you want.
All right. Well, I guess we'll talk and figure that out. Thank you. Oh, before I forget, have you heard how House Valrieth is doing?
Valerie.
Valerie?
House Valraith has been instrumental in our defense. They've been supplying us with some soldiers and gear. I really couldn't be doing this without them.
Perfect. Thank you. And she'll give him a nod and then go to Yaereene to let her know.
Thank you, Ysmyr.
And don't know what the rest of you are doing, but we have some options now.
Well, do we want to stay on the wall to support them if they have to fall back in a hurry, or do we want to go out there and try and make sure there's some help for them?
Well, I mean, I think that we could add to the strike force by going to grab the goblins and finding a bunch of carts, but I'm good to cover the entrance and cover any retreat on the ground if y'all want to get up on the wall.
So there's no way to get to the temple in the daylight?
I will put you up on the wall so you can see what you're up against here.
Yeah.
And the temple is that little building just on the edge of the field there?
Yep, down at the intersection.
You could have just said no. I would have believed you.
But it is as they described. The skeletons and zombies out in the field are just standing perfectly motionless.
And they're within bow shot.
Each square is 10 feet, and each unit that you see out there is actually a cluster of 4 undead.
Oh,
So that's 180 feet to the closest one to you, Yaereene.
Yeah, so that's disadvantage.
I could still probably take disadvantage if they can bring me lots and 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 lots of arrows.
They can't.
Actually, that was one thing I was going to ask. When they were looting the undead on the west side, weren't they using arrows?
Yes, the skeletons were, and I believe Yaereene looted arrows, didn't she?
I looted everything, including arrows.
Okay, so...
Did I gain arrows? Because I just assumed I could get back half of what I'd spent,
Oh.
which was usual.
Yeah, the arrows. Sorry, I was thinking of the arrows from the temple that you gathered. Yes, there were more arrows on that bridge as well.
Yeah, then I was thinking they should be added to the city supply at the least.
No, my supply.
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of them were lost in the river because the skeletons went underwater.
Yep.
But there would have been some that you would have been able to gather for yourself.
How many can I add?
Another couple quivers? One quiver?
75 arrows.
Thank you.
Okay, so we strap the star to my back where Tempus can't see it, and I'll go out onto the field.
No.
We
Okay,
strap
I
this.
actually can't carry all of my arrows, so I will give some of them back to the city.
Didn't you have the magic
Or
quiver that
do we
could
want
carry?
to carry them?
Didn't
It
you
can
have?
carry a lot. It cannot carry as many as I now have.
Okay, I have all the
I have a lot of
inventory.
arrows.
I have all the room to carry stuff, so if you want, I can carry them for you.
Well,
Wonderful.
I was thinking you're going to be out in the front. I would be up on the wall with...
Oh, geez, they're attacking.
Say what?
What?
They just
Were
walked
they
out the
waiting
gate.
for us?
Nope, they're doing what they like.
Yeah, we were just given a choice on whether we want to stick around or not.
Yep. So as you guys are up on the wall taking a look, scoping things out, Horace Damlene takes a group of a dozen soldiers up north, and Gorold heads south with a dozen soldiers as well.
Do we know where they're going?
They're going to do a probing attack. That's what he was saying to us.
Yeah, okay, that's scary.
So is there anything you guys want to do while they're starting to make their way out?
Rhodes, shall you and I go down there and support them and help in the event of a retreat?
I was planning on doing just that.
Do you want us there, or do you want us on the wall?
I think our best cover is coming from the wall from the pair of you.
Someone can follow along the group going north, and some can follow the group going south. Follow along the wall.
What was
Yaereene will be greatly daring and scoot over to Tempus, and unlike his, grand dip, she'll give him a really quick peck on the lips and softly say, "Like you too," and then rush away.
Is she heading south?
North.
Oh, God.
All right, I go following her, and I clap her on the shoulder, and I said, "Well spoke, lad."
And she turns bright red and does not give Tempus a chance to respond before scurrying away.
And I grab the quivers that she can't carry.
Thank you.
So you guys are going north?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near Gorold if I can help it.
Fair. Then I guess I can follow along south.
Okay, from the look of it, you're going to be solo.
Rhodes
Or are
and
you
I will.
staying in the middle, Tempus and Rhodes?
I will get down to the gate first and figure it out from there.
Cool.
Ryan, I should ask, is Sela sticking with us? Has she been following around, or?
Sela can be there with you if you'd like.
Might be a good idea. What does everyone else think? Or did we set her up in a stable and call it good?
I think if she's willing to help, we need all the help we can get right now. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that everybody else goes north because I'd like to be able to support our people, but
I'm all for attack helicopter warlock all over again.
Okay, then I guess Sela's with me.
All right. We've got attack helicopter warlock, and we've got Tempus and Rhodes out in front of the gate with 24 soldiers. I see Yaereene and Katiara on the northern wall, and that's where everybody is. Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So Horus and his soldiers and Gorold and his soldiers break away from the wall and start moving at a quick pace towards the skeletons. They've got shields up and are approaching defensively at this point, but the undead hordes appear not to notice or take any action against them.
Well, nuts to them having all the fun. Rhodes, want to go up the middle?
I believe a spear point attack in the middle might be our best option.
Then Rhodes and I are advancing.
Oh God.
Okay.
This is who we are, okay?
Do make sure that you're paying attention to the distances when you're dragging your tokens, because each square is set for 10 feet on this map.
Excuse me, yes.
I am watching that.
Rhodes, I sure hope this isn't the shortest campaign you've ever been in.
Oh no, I've been in shorter. I literally had a character die in 20 minutes.
Okay, so Yaereene and KTR, you're staying on the wall. Ysmyr, are you staying on the wall as well?
If they're going to be advancing, she's
Yeah.
not sure she really wants to stay on the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably on Sela, staying back, but like within range if I need to pot shot anything.
They're going to be out of our range to support them fast.
Yeah, we've got to head down the stairs.
And we're not in... Yeah, we are in. Okay, so... bump.
Sorry, I jumped. I fell off the wall.
Yeah,
I don't know how to move there.
I moved you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did it at the same time I was, and I thought I'd knocked myself off.
Okay, so everybody's in position.
Yeah.
You can advance another 60 feet. And as you guys get closer, the front row of skeletons do appear to take notice, but they face you, but they're not drawing bows to attack, and they've got short swords in hand, but they're not racing out to meet you.
If he can hear Ysmyr will shout down to Gorold, they might attack if you hit first. That's the problem.
I'd prefer a fair fight to this weirdness.
Are they keeping people from leaving the city?
You're thinking they're just a blockade?
They haven't tried to attack and there's enough to outnumber. I'm going to start walking closer.
Okay.
Yaereene has her bow drawn and an arrow knocked, but isn't actually shooting anything yet.
Like, I'm going to have my weapons drawn and I'm approaching closer to see, like, if it looks like I'm trying to leave, if something's going to happen.
Oh, there goes the Lord.
Tempus is just keeping pace with Rhodes and is like happily muttering to himself,
Well, I don't know. A girl would be nice, but maybe a boy first would be best.
Is he talking about what I think he's talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Tempus is adorable.
Or a creep.
All the more motivation to win this fight.
So as the groups approach the undead, the skeletons in the front are still watching you and appear cautious, but they're not outright engaging you.
I look across the front line of people and I just shout, well, who wants to be the first to try to walk through it?
Well, we did want to get to the temple.
We're not in initiative yet, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I've sort of gotten myself adjacent to a group of 4 skeletons. I'm going to walk like right up, like within melee range, and snap my fingers right in front of their bony faces.
They don't respond. Like they're watching your fingers, but they're not doing anything about it.
Okay, somebody else gets to try something next.
Okay, so the
We get
first
to move a little closer?
I moved up a little bit. Now, you said 60 or 30?
If you use your action, you can move 60.
Okay, yeah.
Sela, are you comfortable flying above them?
Yes.
Okay. Keep yourself at a safe range, but let's just see what they do. And from like a hopefully safe height, just fly out.
So you guys watch as Ysmyr and Sela fly over the undead horde, and the undead don't react at all.
Oh, this is going to be so dumb. I'm going to walk into the horde, like to walk among them.
Okay.
If I die, guys.
Rhodes, when you get to the ghouls, you'll have to try it all over again like a new experience, because they may not react until you're so far in, you're just swallowed up.
Okay, well, seeing that, Tempus isn't going to let Rhodes walk without support, so he'll just leave the first group that he was kind of confronting and move up with Rhodes.
Okay.
Can I take my water skin, open it, and pour it down on top of the skeletons? I want to see if the water actually hits them.
The water does splash onto them.
Okay, so
Okay.
they're solid.
Good idea to check, though.
Looking over at Gorold and the Lord Dameline, are they doing anything?
They're appearing to lose their nerve a little bit as they stand there eyeing up these groups of skeletons and seeing just how many there are out there. And they have their weapons drawn, but they haven't attacked anything yet. They're also not walking further into the horde like you guys.
What do you say, Rhodes? Do you want to get to the temple, or do you want to try and settle this now?
I'm actually at a loss.
Ysmyr, can I poke a skeleton?
I mean, I don't know what else to do. Don't be
That's-
in the middle of them, please.
Well, I'm already in the middle of them, so Tempus is gonna just reach out and not trying to damage it, not trying to hurt it. This isn't hostile. I'm just gonna lean up nice and close and poke him right in his bony temple.
He backs away.
I'm going to nudge another one with, again, not as an attack, not threatening, but just kind of nudge one with my mace.
You don't get the chance to. It backs away.
Okay, this is lame. Yaereene, Katiara, if you guys want to catch up, let's head to the temple. Ysmyr, get ready to drop the stars. Rhodes, if you could turn undead, we can probably try and blast a hole and run if we have to.
Let's
Well,
go to the
as
temple.
I said before, when we get to the ghouls, we'll have to try it all out again, like it's all something new.
We'll wait for Katiara and Yaereene to catch up with us.
Sounds good.
And I guess Seal and I'll just
Horace
keep
yells over, "What are you doing, you maniacs?
We're going for a stroll.
We're off to the temple.
We'll hold the line, I guess. If things get dicey, we'll try to hold it back so you can get out."
Appreciate it.
You owe me a mule.
I don't owe you anything.
Oh, talking to Gorold.
Was I talking to Gorold or Horace there?
Well, I believe you think that is Gorold that is the problem.
Yeah, I was yelling at him that he owes me a mule, and now, yeah, we're heading further into the horde.
Yaereene?
Ryan, just so you know, this is the most terrifying thing I've ever done in D&D.
I'm gonna stop at the line of zombies.
Good.
They're
Do we-
staring at you.
If I go up for the same action, go up to just poke one in the head, do I get the same reaction out of it?
Yep, you don't actually get to touch it. It backs away.
Deep breath, walking past the first ranks of zombies.
Oh, Ryan? As we're
Yep.
walking along the road, could we be doing that to clear all the zombies off the road?
No, they're not. They're not backing away from you that far. They're just not
Okay.
letting you touch them.
Okay.
I really don't like this.
I've had better days.
So, Rhodes, what's your outlook on, tradition and going your own way? On, law and chaos, so to speak.
I've done whatever it takes to get things done.
Okay, so basically we've got some top secret weapons that Ysmyr might just drop, and it'll create a giant radius that might possibly hurt. So, just if it happens, try to run away from the light and keep everybody else alive.
I'm intrigued. I don't know how I will feel about this in the long run, but for now I'll withhold my opinion.
You're a peach.
I will say, as a new player, this is probably the biggest group bonding thing I've ever done in this session.
Walking through zombies.
Yes, walking
Yeah.
through literally hundreds of zombies together, like we're walking through a minefield.
And remember, there's 4 in each of these groups.
Mm-hmm.
You all excited?
Very. As we're sort of moving through the zombies, does it look like there's a discernible difference? Some of them might have come from different towns as we go through the horde? Is there a sort of a chronological passing as we go through the zombies?
Anybody who cares to look can give me a perception or investigation check.
I definitely care to look.
Wow, that's a lot of good rolls this time. You do note, please stop moving for a second. You do note that the skeletons all appeared to be quite uniform as you passed them, and the zombies are in various states of decay. It's not so much that like they change how decomposed they are as you're walking through the group, but you do note that some of them are obviously much older zombies. There's not a lot of flesh on them still, while others are obviously fresh from nearby towns in the north. You can see insignia on some of them that had been soldiers from towns further down the road. So yeah, you get the sense that this is not just the people from those towns, but that there's a healthy smattering of other undead that have been on the road for months, maybe years.
Well, that's suspicious. The undead plague didn't start that long ago.
That we know of.
No, that's fair.
Do you want us to stay stopped, Ryan?
You can continue moving now.
Or something's bringing the undead masses that have been lingering around together.
Okay, so
Okay.
was this the temple?
Yep, you can stop moving now.
So looking at the temple as it's been standing at the back end of this horde, what does it look like?
Just a second, you're going to get a real good look at it soon.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah.
So as you approach the temple, there is the walls surrounding the temple here, and yeah, everything is quiet. You don't see any movement. You don't see any undead around the temple itself.
Yeah,
So
the Temple of Flargan is where we talked to that little old guy before we headed off.
Can
Yeah.
we take a moment, guys?
For?
Can I see if I can sense any humans out here?
Okay, I'm going to do a quick BRB.
If I, Ysmyr, you and Sela are above ground, right?
Yeah, we were flying over the crowd, just in case.
Yeah, you'll see that there's a plus 20 feet above both of their tokens.
Well, Tempus is going to call out in a big stage whisper.
Hey, Ysmyr, can I ask your horse a question?
I mean, she's a free being, but yes.
Excuse me, Sela, do you count as a beast?
No, I'm a celestial being.
So I probably can't see through your eyes. Okay, sorry to trouble you.
And Ryan, can I take the time to sit in the snow and while surrounded by terrifying undead?
There are no living in this area,
While she does
other
that,
than you guys.
while she does that, can Sela and I do like a kind of a flyover?
I'll report back to the group whenever I've taken the time I need.
I just kind of want to get a sense of the building.
There you go. That should give you a sense of the building.
Yeah, and can I just confirm I saw nothing inside the walls, but that doesn't mean there's nothing inside the buildings themselves.
Right.
Okay. She'll have Sela land for a minute, just so we can relay and have a normal conversation. So, flying over, there's the temple walls and the grounds inside. The grounds seemed empty, but we couldn't see anything inside the buildings from up above.
Well, we're going in there. Do we want to try and do it all sneaky-like we did at the Temple of the Sun?
Did work well, and there's nothing living out here.
I'm looking at the walls and all that. Is there a lot of handholds or anything else that would make it really easy to clamber up?
Yeah, this wasn't a defensive fortress or anything. It's more decorative than anything, so it would be pretty easy to scale.
Well, I'd rather not bring a whole place down on us, but if we're too noisy. So I think caution is the answer anyway.
Well, I waited for 5 seconds, and that seemed pretty cautious. Can I climb the walls?
Are you asking me or the war leader?
Definitely the war leader, but because she didn't answer, that is consent.
Well, I couldn't tell that was in character or not.
Nope, she gave me her blessing, totally nodded or something. Going to try and climb the wall.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, now, just to explain, because of my aspect of the bear, it forces me to roll athletics at advantage, but I don't think that it should maybe... I don't know if it would count for this, because it says I only have advantage on pushing, pulling, lifting, or breaking objects. So I'm going to hit the button, it's going to roll at advantage, you decide which roll to use.
I'll use the first one. Yeah, it's more than enough. You easily climb up the wall and get onto the other side.
I'll toss a rope down so that the rest of the party can climb. Looking down into the courtyard, can I see anything?
Snow. If you want to give me a perception check, I can maybe give you more than that.
I'll flare my nose and see what I can smell.
Something does
Let us
definitely
know when the rest of us.
something does definitely smell off about this place. There's definitely a smell of rot hanging in the air.
Let me know when I can climb.
Yep, the rest of you can climb easily enough once Tempus puts a rope down, so I'll just get you guys over the wall.
Sela, if you want to stay outside or at least keep an eye out, that would be great.
Certainly.
I'll let the party know that something smells of rot and decay, and then because that looks like a big fluffy pile of snow, Tempus is just going to plop off the side of the wall and jump to the ground.
Okay, no problem.
I will follow suit.
Ryan, so since we've climbed the walls, the gates are barred here?
No. I mean, you haven't checked. You
So we
haven't checked to
climbed
see
the
if the
walls
gates are
for no
barred.
reason.
But yeah, they
No?
appear
Okay,
to be
just
open.
double check it.
All right, jumping. Okay.
Do we want to bar them so that all the undead can't come in if we end up in combat?
Sure, and Tempus will go around to check out the gates.
Should we
There-
then leave a
There
rope so
are no bars
hurry?
on these doors, and there's no area for bars on these doors. Like I said, this wasn't a defensive wall. It's a temple.
Fair enough. It was just a thought.
Are these stairs that I'm standing in front of?
Is that a well in the yard that I can see, sort of off to the right of the party?
Yes.
If I get
Can
closer...
I see any tracks?
You
Sorry,
can
go
give me
ahead.
a survival check. Oh, yes. There are quite a few tracks coming from the door that Tempus is standing in front of, and then up the stairs to another door into the building proper. They are large and bony looking, like they're not fleshy footprints. And you do see booted footprints as well heading out of the building.
Wait, guys, I see footprints, and can I relay what I point out the footprints I've seen, and can I tell
Okay.
how recently they were there?
Both sets, both of the freshest sets that you've seen have been within the last 12 hours.
So I mentioned it's recent.
Okay. When I take a look, do I discern the bony footprint since it's pointed out to me?
Yeah, she can show you some of the bony ones. They're
Okay.
huge and
How
hard to miss.
How big are they?
They were definitely from a large-sized creature made those.
I think we found the bone crawler's lair.
They're not footprints I've ever seen before, right?
No.
Well, if it is the bone crawler, it's better to find it in daylight when it apparently doesn't like to be around.
Aye.
Horace did say this is where it took the soldier last night.
If I advance on the well, does that smell of rotten decay get stronger?
No.
Poking my head down, can I discern anything in the well shaft?
It's just a well that goes down. You don't see anything down there other than water.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
When I take a look at the footprints on the stairs, are they going up the stairs or going down the stairs? And are they the bony ones or the booted?
The booted ones are going down the stairs. The bony ones are going up.
Well,
And the bony ones look fresher than the booted ones.
well, it looks like it did go up the stairs. Do we want to take a look around the rest of this compound before we go up, or what do you say?
I think if we do that, we want watch, and I'm not sure I want to leave anyone alone.
We're safer to inspect in daylight than we are in darkness.
Aye.
Let's just take a walk around before we go in anywhere.
Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Tempest doesn't know what clocks are. He heads this way.
Try and be quiet, guys, and I'm trying to move actively stealthily, Ryan.
I will also be stealthy.
Okay. Give me stealth checks.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Oh no.
Okay. Continue going in the direction that you're going.
So I imagine everyone's kind of like stepping lightly and doing their own thing, and I'm just like freaking stomping down snow as we go.
I'm going to try and stay here, Ryan, so I can just see this exit. And I'm
Okay.
going to keep an eye on it unless there's reason to move forward from the others.
Okay.
I'm just going to scurry up these stairs briefly.
And saying that, Tempest will... Is it just sort of like a walkway that kind of goes around?
Yep.
Can we do the same as we did at the Temple of the Sun? Can I climb on top of that roof and see what's what?
Yeah, you can climb on top of the roof, and when you take a look, it's in poor repair. So it's you do see gaps through it, and it appears to have been stables, although there are no animals or living creatures inside.
No living creatures. That sounds like undead.
Well, no dead creatures either. There's just nothing in there.
Okay.
You know us well.
Does it appear that there's any kind of entrance or anything that we could use to access the main building off of that?
Nope.
I'll relay that to the party and just let them know that I didn't see anything, but do we want to go in and do a quick check?
Oh, you open the door?
I'll do a quick search through the straw since nobody else wants to.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find anything of value or interest in here.
Okay, we'll cruise back around to the front.
So is it time to kick the front door, or are we going to go to the side of the building?
Let's check the other side, too.
If we're going to go about this sneakily, we might as well be thorough.
We've
Is
had
that a
bad luck
big-
not checking everything before.
Is that a big old wood pile?
Yep.
Oh, worst comes to worst, a fireball would have fun with that.
Keep that in mind.
I'm flaring on the map there. What's...
Looks like it's just a little storage shed or something. I missed that putting walls up.
Okay. Same deal as before. If we go on up the stairs, does it look like we can climb on the roof?
You can climb on the roof. This one's in better shape, though, and there's no gaps in it.
I'll relay that to the rest of the party on the ground.
Okay, while we're walking here, do I see any of those bony footy prints going into the door here?
No.
I'm going to... Oh, never mind. I think Katira is going to go to the door.
Should I open it up then? War leader.
I mean, we have to check everything.
All right, here we go. Those are sacks.
There are many sacks of various foodstuffs in here.
Can I step in to see how fresh they are?
Yeah,
Sure.
is this where the rot is coming from?
Tempus, this is not where the rot is coming from that you've smelled.
I'll whisper that. This food seems to be in good shape.
If I open a package, is it going to be an indication of how I guess that would be an indication of how fresh the food is?
You could open it up and give me an investigation check.
For sure.
Yeah, the food seems to be fine.
And are there any tracks leading up to this building?
None.
Well, last time we were here was a few weeks ago, and it was just the old cleric.
Well, do we go bell the cat now?
Don't know what... Well, as far as we can tell, there's no surprises out here.
So far as we can see, yeah.
Is everybody ready?
As I come up close behind Tempus, I touch him. Give yourself 6 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
Good idea doing that outside of combat so your neuralgia doesn't kick in.
It's every now and then I kind of put things together. Yeah. Well, Yaerene's distance, so do you want to be in front of me, Ysmyr, or?
I'm kind of waiting to see what happens when the door opens.
How high are the stairs?
Where Tempus is about 10 feet above where you are, Yaereene.
So I'm not going to be able to see through the door.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, these are 5-foot squares. How high would I have to climb up on this pile of snow to be able to see in through the door when he opens it?
If you were up on top of the pile, you'd be able to see through.
All the way up there, eh?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna have to dash to do that. Boom.
All right.
I'll ever so quietly try the door.
Give me a stealth check.
E.
Yeah, it opens up easily enough, but it does make a little bit of a creaking sound as it does so.
Enter the room and sniff.
Yeah, this room is a bloodbath. There are bits of body strewn about the floor and furniture, and the flesh has been stripped off of them, and it's clearly where the source of the smell is coming from.
Well, I'll let the party know in hushed tones what's going on and ask them to join me.
Okay, I can see a wooden object. Open the door again. There. Okay, it is a table. Okay, so I dash 45,
Ysmyr, you going in or me going in?
60.
Oh, dear.
Got another door.
All right.
2 doors up top.
Okay, that gives me 30.
You
Which
two
one should
both.
we try first?
Ryan, can I smell any difference between the 2 doors? Does one smell fresher? Does one smell, staler? Does it look anything like that? Does something smell fouler behind one or the other?
Perception check.
I'm guessing the rest of us aren't sensitive enough to notice.
There is, well, you guys all have different tools that you could use to try to figure stuff out. But the smell in this room is overpowering your senses, Tempus.
How about
Fair.
sound, Ryan? Do we hear any noise coming from anywhere within the building?
Perception check.
And can I investigate the room? Like, do I see any bloody footprints since we saw the bone prints outside? Anything like that?
Yeah, I was just about to add, I'd like to see if there's any like blood smears indicating travel from one room to another.
Okay. Yaereene, with that roll, you don't hear anything other than your own companions in here. If you guys want to give me survival checks to look for footprints in the bloody mess that is the floor, feel free. It looks like there are bony footprints all through here, and they go into both rooms.
And the mess in here, can I tell if it was like clerics of the temple, or has it been like soldiers brought in from the wall, anything like that?
You do find remains. I'm not going to make you roll for that because they're everywhere, but there are certainly soldier insignias in this room, amongst the tattered bits of armor and cloth.
When we were here with that priest, it was just him and nobody else, wasn't it?
That's right.
So this is where the people off the walls have been taken to.
Yeah, I think I know where they all went.
Aye, that we do. And like, how many are we talking? Dozens?
Probably a dozen. It's hard to tell because like the bones are all in various states of breakage, but there's a lot of broken bones. There's a bunch of skulls around. Like it's
Okay. Is
awful.
there anything that this military uses that's the equivalent of a dog tag, or is it just at most like insignia for the unit?
Yeah, it's just insignias.
Well, there's no way of telling who is what in here. Now the question is, which door has the lady and which door has the tiger?
Unless there's 2 tigers.
Ah,
Or
you
2
would
ladies.
remind me of that.
So I've got a plan for a big entry. You just let me know what door you want down first.
Well, I want line of sight on whichever door you're opening. Let's go
Do
with
we
the
have a
left.
preference, left or right?
And I
Left.
thought we were going for subtle.
Oh, is that still the plan?
And Tempus will gently put the feeding bench back down.
At this point, guys, just pick a door.
So I've approached the left door, and I'm going to like set my hand on the latch and look to everyone and just ask, "Are we ready?"
Yep. Bows knock.
Sword drawn.
Yes, I also have my weapon drawn for this.
Yeah, long sword.
I opened the door. And is there anything notable that I see in this room besides beds?
Well, you can give me an investigation check if you're going to go in there.
I will step in and give you one.
So the room does have a few bloody footprints in it, but it's nowhere near the same level of mess as the outer room. One of the beds in the far corner does appear to have been used, while the others are still freshly made. You also find a note that is left on one of the side tables, and it's been weighted in all 4 corners to leave it open.
Now, is that the table directly ahead of me, or?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to step in to inspect the note.
If you open up your journals, you will see a note from the Temple of Flargan there that you can read.
From which one?
Only Rhodes can see it right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good, because I couldn't see it.
I was about to go, huh? Casca?
I'm in the room with him. If I look over his shoulder, can I see it?
I'm
Sure.
assuming I'm reading it out loud so everybody can hear it.
Okay.
Loud but quietly.
So are you going to?
Oh, sorry. I had assumed that everybody was reading it. I just declared that I.
We don't have access.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, I've only given access to you.
I'm sorry. My lord Zarin, the siege here has been uninterrupted for some time, and the people are completely cut off from their farms as spring approaches. Many farmers were taken by surprise at our approach, and their silos have been spoiled with zombie blood in case their sneaks get past my useless sentries. I have been summoned west by Doomsayer Sharith with urgent news. The Western assault force was bested by ancient magics and a small number of defenders, but a marvelous find has been made. True, physical trinkets would interest you not at all, but let us say that in my hands these relics of a forgotten age will garner unparalleled results, and the West will fall soon, very soon. I have told my bone claw to listen to your commands, so when you hear the screams from the city, advance the army and bathe in the fear of the living, or whatever it is you seek in your ghostly form. Yours, the soon-to-be chosen of Dowreth, and the right hand of Lucius, Necrolord Isel.
Uh-oh.
Shoot.
I'm gonna be obviously having a moment, considering isn't Dowreth the god that I? No, sorry, that's Sharo. Never mind.
Yeah, they're brothers.
No. Listen to the crisis in your heart. Embrace Tempus.
Basically, is Dowreth a name that I would have heard before?
Have you guys talked about Dowreth at all in front of Rhodes?
Well, I'm sure that Tempus did in his long monologue.
Oh, that's
Tempus
true. And
did do some ranting.
Tempus also mentioned that he was bringing Rhodes up to speed while you guys were preparing for the siege on the bridge. So I'll say yes, you have heard of Dowreth, the god of undeath.
Then yes, I am in minor crisis right now.
And then when
And
then when you say
trinkets.
Dowreth, I just go, oh, Shadow's brother.
Increase crisis.
I don't think they're actually brothers. They're just both old gods.
Working
We
together.
need- Guys, we need to debate that later. We need to check out this other room now.
Well, I'm standing on the table waiting. You may want to use the table for cover, Yaereene.
Yep, I'm behind the table trying to get some cover from it.
Is everybody ready?
Aye,
Yes.
Am I supposed to do this quietly?
preferably.
Ryan, I'd like to open the door quietly.
Stealth roll, please. You open the door quietly, and you see a hulking humanoid undead monster leering at you with a hideous grin on its face. And I'm going to pop you all in initiative.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm clicking on me, so I'm noted.
It wasn't sleeping.
Not great.
K-Tiara, why do you never roll in the initiative tracker?
Because I'm always doing it in D&D Beyond, and I'll roll there.
It's fine. I'm putting it in.
Well, I would have rather taken the initiative roll.
I was gonna say your second roll's great.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to
It's-
put in. It's not a big
It's
problem.
the only one you need to roll in this. The
I
rest
keep
are rubbish.
forgetting. I keep forgetting because Roll20 does it, and I play a lot more on Roll20 than I do in Forge.
Okay.
Okay, so this
Rhodes?
thing is awake and probably looks like it's gonna attack us, right?
Oh yeah, and it's got these crazy long finger claws that it's kind of flexing in preparation.
Sorry, go
well-
ahead.
Can I call out something?
Sure.
Okay. Fall back, little bitch.
In
Sorry.
a closed
Oh.
space.
Sorry, there is one thing that I need to do before Rhodes gets an action.
Mhm.
As the door opens, Tempus, you are actually in reach of the bone claw, and
Oh,
it
son of a
snatches
bitch.
forward at you.
That's a lot of dice, Ryan.
Oh boy.
It's attacking with disadvantage because of the cloak. Tempest is a 17 hit.
Definitely.
Oh
You
boy.
take 25 points of piercing damage.
Son of a... I'm glad I gave you that cure wounds.
It helped. Thanks.
And if the target is a creature, the bone claw can pull the target up to 10 feet towards itself, and the target is grappled. Escape DC 14.
It had a 17, right?
To hit,
What-
yes.
What's your armor, Tempus?
Really bad and low. Save it for later.
All right.
Yeah, so you are currently grappled, Tempus, and you can attempt to escape with a DC 14 on your turn. Now you can do something, Rhodes.
Well, that got real really fast.
Always does.
I feel okay. This is fine. I was going to retreat, but I think I'm going to step in towards Tempus. And is that on his space?
Nope.
No.
'Kay.
No.
I feel like that's not where I should be going. Anyway, and I'm going to, like, in a panic, throw a hand up and cast Sacred Flame towards this thing. But I'm also, so I can do the action and a bonus action, correct?
If the action is a
long as-
cantrip, you can use a regular spell as a bonus action.
Okay, so Sacred Flame is my cantrip. I'm going to try and blast that thing in the face, and I would also like to cast Healing Word on Tempus.
Okay.
So Sacred Flame, he has to beat a dex of a DC of 14.
Yeah, if you cast the spell into the chat,
Oh,
I'll see all the stats for it. Wow. +7 and it still fails. Okay, takes 5 points of radiant damage.
and then I will do Healing Word for Tempus.
Hey, thanks.
Full healing, yay.
Anything else on your turn?
I believe that's all I can do. I guess
All right, Ysmyr.
delayed for panic effect, I will shout like a dramatic, like, Tempus, no!
Okay, I can't see anything where I am, so I'm gonna move. Would I be able to make a shot over these two?
Yeah, it'll have partial cover.
Okay, then. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna actually cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Can you
Good
not?
call. Good call.
Can you not stop directly in the line of fire then? Thank you so much.
I was just trying to see. That would be like me stepping forward to see what's there and then stepping out of the way.
No, that makes sense.
Anything else on your turn, Ysmyr?
And I'm gonna Hexblade's Curse that thing.
Are you actually going to do it from the position that you were in where you could see it and then walk back?
Yeah, I'll do it that way.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Yaereene.
All right. Well, so much for Fireball. You scrawny, bony thing. Check something.
Do it, Katiara. I get advantage on my save.
Do you while you're grappled?
As long as I can see it. Danger sense. Oh, well, I'm not incapacitated. Whoops.
Yeah. Can I cast a Shatter there so that Tempest is outside of the range?
Yep.
All right. So I'm doing a third level Shatter.
Neurology check, please.
Oh yeah, let's do that first. Nope, I fall down spasming.
Okay. All right, Yaereene.
Hunter's mark on it.
Okay.
Shoot, I was supposed to roll that. It didn't roll. One moment.
Okay.
I roll an attack.
A 17 misses with cover. One moment, please.
But it misses, but it didn't crit.
Can you roll a second attack roll against Rhodes, please?
Even though it wasn't a crit failure?
It hit the cover, which is Rhodes.
It's fine. It's fine. I saw you shooting on the bridge. I understand.
Oh, God.
Oh, what
And
a
he got so
horrible
snippy
way.
for being in the way.
I accept this.
Rhodes, a 13 misses, right?
Yes, a 13 misses.
All right. So the arrow just pings harmlessly off your armor and flies off to the side.
Can I, like, glance back?
I'm going to take another shot, though.
See it was
Okay.
Yaereene and then just, like, shrug it off? Because, again, I saw her shooting on the bridge.
Oh my.
God, you've shaken my confidence now.
And that one just misses. Anything else on your turn?
I'm done.
Yaereene?
Rhodes, believe it or not, I'm usually good with a bow.
No, you're usually amazing.
I get it. Your confidence was shook today. A lot happened.
Tempus, could you please make a Constitution save DC 14?
Oh, thank God.
All right, so you don't take the necrotic damage from the shadow jump, and that's going to be its turn.
So, spitted on its claw, I shall fly into a rage, and, heck, it's already got me, so let's make some reckless attacks with my greatsword.
Oh dear.
That's a miss. Also a miss. Ouch.
That's my turn.
Can
All right, Rhodes.
Sorry, what was Katira going to say?
no. By doing the attacks, you gave up the chance to try and ungrapple and free yourself, right?
As long as he's holding on to me, he's not holding on to any of you. That's my turn.
You great big wonderful goof.
I think I'm gonna hit it with another. Where'd it go? Sorry, another Sacred Flame. And then I would also like to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. It saves, so it takes no damage from the sacred flame.
I tried. Alrighty, so then spiritual weapon. Oh,
We
wait,
guys
Misses.
have
sorry, that's the attack, right?
Yep, it missed.
Oh,
You get to attack when you summon it in.
fair enough. Then I missed on that attack.
Okay, where did you summon it to?
Probably like, right there where I'm pinging.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to, god damn it, step back into range.
Oh, thank you.
I can't leave them all like that by themselves.
Oh,
So as you move into its reach, it attacks with its other claw.
I never said Rhodes was smart, but he does have a good heart.
12 misses, though, I'm sure.
A 12 does miss.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
I believe that is my turn.
Ysmyr.
Right, I am going to... Oh, hold on. Use my cantrip Booming Blade and take a swing at this guy with my sword.
Okay.
I think you actually have to roll an attack.
yeah.
Yeah. In there.
That's a miss with the Moonblade.
Dang.
Anything else on your turn?
That's about all I can do right now.
All right, Keitiara, you have finished convulsing from your last turn. What are you going to do?
I first am going to take a look around. Can I visibly see all four? Or
Yes.
is the thing blocking me?
Sorry. Ryan?
Yep.
It's got my Hexblade's Curse. Can I do 4 psychic damage to it? Because I'm maddening Hex. That's my bonus action.
Okay.
Sorry, that's new, so I forgot about it. Sorry, Keitiara.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather you damage it.
Okay, so he takes 4 points of damage.
Okay, so I can see everybody. Nobody's blocked by Big Bone.
Yep, you can see around it and through it.
Okay, is Tempus's sword on fire?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to throw a Bardic Inspiration on Ysmyr.
Yep.
Get down and knock that off. Boom, and that's a D8. Skill, ability, and attacks. And what the heck am I going to do? If I do Shatter, it's going to hit all of us. Okay, I'm going to do a level 1 Dissonant Whisper on it.
Okay.
And that's a DC of... come on, get out of my way.
It pops up in the chat. DC 15.
Okay, thank you.
All right, it saves.
Okay, and is that half? I don't think.
On a successful save, takes half. Yeah.
Yeah. If available, okay. Wisdom on fail save. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't have the problems with the wanting to run away. So I do 6 to it.
Yeah, I already did that.
And so that's bonus. Bonus and action. And I'm not going to move. I am going to shift my position to try and give flanking to Ysmyr. Oh, do you use flanking? I forget.
Yes.
Okay, so if I move there, she does get flanking, right?
Yep.
Cool.
That's your turn?
That is indeed my turn, and I hit it before you. Haha.
All right, Yaereene?
So Ryan, I would normally have disadvantage because I'm within 5 feet of him, but I have advantage as well because I have flanking. So I just roll normally. Is that accurate?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him.
That's a hit.
Okay, 1 sec. Okay, it's doing the Colossus Slayer damage. It's not asking me anymore, so we'll have to subtract some, but I also have to add some.
Okay. Yeah, because you get an extra D6 from the Hunter's
Thanks,
Mark,
I was
right?
just looking that up again. Yep, so for that one, all that damage counts, but on that one, the Colossus Slayer damage won't.
Okay, it is a hit, though.
Excellent. And that's all for me.
Okay. Well, Tempus, you're already grappled, so it has to attack you with 1 claw.
Oh,
You take 20 points of piercing damage, although you're raging right now, so 10.
Big oof.
Glad that was half, though.
Oh, it's going to attack you again, Tempus.
Mwahaha. At advantage because I attacked recklessly.
Okay. So 12 misses, right?
My AC is 13.
You're lucky it rolled total garbage.
Well, I'm just going to grin as I imagine I just fended off a claw attack while spitted on its other claw. Here comes some more reckless swings.
That's 2 hits.
And I'm going to hold on to my rage for right now. That's my turn. Done.
All right, Rhodes.
All right. Well, true to my intro song, I do got Tempus now. Is it possible for me to like shuffle and swap spots with Ysmyr? Or like not swap spots, but like move past her and move in between her and Tempus?
Yep.
Yeah, she'll let you.
You'll lose flanking.
I'm more
No, he'll
focused on
flank with
healing.
Kaetiara.
Okay. Oh no, that's right. Sorry.
Oh no, that's okay.
I'll lose flanking, but that's okay.
Yes. And then I am going to cast second level Cure Wounds on Tempus.
Nice roll.
Every little bit helps, right?
Yep.
And I will also attack with my spiritual weapon, which I still believe is up in that corner.
It's an inanimate object, so it doesn't get flanking, does it?
No flanking on that one, but it can still attack, hopefully.
Well, yeah, you can nail it.
I'm just figuring out which button I hit for this one. I think it's this one. Ah!
Swing and a miss.
No.
I don't hit. It's just swinging blindly over there.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that is my turn.
All right, Ysmyr.
Ryan, respectfully, please remember she does have a bardic inspiration before you announce the results of a die.
Okay.
And I'm going to the booming blade swing again. So that's the booming blade. So one of those is if I hit, and the other two are if he moves.
Okay.
And I have a +2 to hit, right?
Gave you more than that.
Yeah. So
Why do you have a +2?
flanking
No, that just gives you
No,
advantage.
advantage. Okay, I'll do that again just in case I get a 20.
Please get a 20.
Close.
Really good try.
Very
If you were a fighter, that would be a crit.
Is the Moonblade not your pact weapon?
Oh no, he's cursed. Yeah, that is a crit. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, thank God I opened my mouth.
Yeah. So with Hex-based curse, I score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
So damage, I have a +3 because of the curse as well, and booming blade has that one of those d8s.
Very nice.
Ghost rolls for initiative?
Sorry, I forgot to do that at the start of the turn, but it's fine.
Okay, so total damage is two-handed, so 13 plus 8 plus 3.
13 plus 8, 21, and 3 is 24.
24 plus
Oh,
4
okay.
for my bonus action, maddening hex.
Okay.
And if he moves, he gets some more damage, but that's if he moves. So that
Okay.
I think is my turn.
Yeah, teleportation probably counts as movement, doesn't it?
Yeah, the spell doesn't distinguish.
Okay. Kaetiara.
All right. Okay, I'm going to go with the second level Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
And that's the DC 15 still.
All right. So he takes 9 psychic damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I have to do concentration. I have to see if I pass out again.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I fall down twitching. Now, if I fall down twitching, do I actually spend the spell slot?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, Yaereene.
And he's only got one person in his grasp right now, right?
That's right.
Okay, I will shoot him at disadvantage.
Oh, I like that disadvantage.
No kidding.
And there's the extra from the hunter's mark.
Okay.
Whoa, that was weird. It rolled initiative instead of my bow. Let me try that again.
I also rolled Faywin Shimmerheart for the bonus dice that you rolled.
I don't even have Faywin open.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a hit. So no Colossus damage on the second one.
Correct. And that's everything for me.
Everybody make a con save DC 14, please.
Don't forget you got the choice of using your die, Ysmyr.
Yeah, I'll see how it comes out.
Oh boy, that went poorly.
I just match it, so I'm fine.
I failed.
Rhodes and Kaetiara, you are each taking 36 necrotic damage.
Oh.
That's fun.
Ryan, would this count as trying to hit me so my armor of Agathis does?
No.
Just checking.
Does this count as moving? So
He
the
did
booming blade
move,
went off?
so he
So
takes
you
8
get
points of
8.
damage.
Yeah.
How much damage?
You took 36 necrotic.
No, I meant for him.
Oh yeah,
Took
he
8
took
damage
8.
from my booming blade attack earlier.
Hopefully that puts him down because he's close. And I'm down.
Oh, crap. Okay.
And that's it for his turn.
Well, it's all fun and games when he's hurting me, but when he starts dropping my friends, let's see if I can cut that arm off.
21 hits, and he goes down.
Yeah, I'll pull myself off of that hook and spin around and say, "Quick, somebody help Kaetiara," and that's my turn.
Tempus, when you say that, you're drawn to a chuckling sound off in the room with the beds.
Hello, Mr. Ghost.
So looking over to the chuckling sound.
Oh, good. I'm glad you looked.
Oh no, because I knew we
Other
shouldn't look.
changing shit?
Remember last time? Don't look.
Too late. What do I see?
You see a ghost, and please make a DC 15 wisdom save.
15
Okay.
or 13?
Now, for the kids watching at home, I have a 25% chance of making this save. We got a long
Do
rest
you have
in.
your inspiration?
Do I have
Do you
my
have your DM inspiration?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you got one last session.
Using it now.
Ooh, yeah.
Good.
Good job.
You got it. So you're not frightened, and you don't age by failing by lots. So that's good.
Am I able to warn my friends that there's a ghost in the room?
Sure.
There's a ghost. I'm not scared because I'm the biggest and the strongest, and I don't afraid of nothing.
And when you see the ghost, you see that it's looking down at this note on the table, and it walks through the wall.
Oh, dear.
And you're out of combat. I assume somebody's going to do something
I am
about
going to run to
Katiara.
Katiara. Actually, hold that thought. I'm going to stay put, and I'm going to use a mass healing word to hit Tempus, myself, and Katiara.
Cool.
Where's the ghost, Tempus?
It ran out through the wall after reading that note that was telling it about all of the, the enemy intelligence and such.
God damn it.
Okay, I get up and I just hear a sigh and a god damn it. And I'm like, what happened? And thank you.
I am going to rush into the room and grab that note.
And I'm going to, I guess, which wall?
Pointing out, I guess it went to the south, pointing out to the south where it exited.
And I'm going to call it there for the night. You guys defeated the Bone Claw, and the ghost has left, and we'll save the rest of the fun for next time.